Alright, so Houston, we got a problem. And your problem is overcoming that one game season you had last year. And another problem you have is trying to beat them Baltimore Ravens week one. Something I don't think is going to happen. Because I had Baltimore winning week one in Baltimore, 1 o'clock, September 10th on Sunday. So for the Texans versus the Ravens, L. Alright? Then they going to play them Indianapolis Colts. Both these teams, they both got their quarterback in the first round. Now we're going to find out which team is a little bit better than the others. Some might say the Colts are better, but others might say the Texans are because of their coach and the quarterback. Me, quite frankly, I don't know. I can't call it between these two teams. They're just that bad, and they're that unstructured, and they're that unworthy of me spending too much time on this game. But I'm just going to give this one to the Colts. Well, actually, you know what? I'm giving this to the Texans because they're at home. Then they're going to play them Jacksonville Jaguars. I had the Jags winning, so that's an L. Then they're going to play the Steelers of Pittsburgh. I had the Steelers winning, so that's an L. Then they're going to play the Dirty Birds of Atlanta. Them Atlanta Falcons. Against them Atlanta Falcons, I think they're going to reach their demise because Atlanta just has way too many weapons on offense. And the Texans don't have enough weapons on defense to stop them. They just don't. Who do they even have to throw to? I can't name one guy. L. Then they going to play New Orleans. Them Saints. This could be a good game. They're going to be in Houston. But New Orleans plays in a dome too. And right now their quarterback is a little bit better. And their team is a little bit better. So I'm going to have to pick New Orleans. L. The Texans just don't have enough weapons. They don't have enough to speak of. Now we're going to have the number 1 pick versus the number 2 pick in the Carolina Panthers. This is going to be a stinker. Who's going to stink a little bit less? I think it's going to be the Carolina Panthers. I think Carolina might just be a little bit better. Both teams don't really have anyone to throw to. Both teams have bruising running backs. Both teams seem to have decent defenses, but I think Carolina's defense is a little bit better. I think Carolina's quarterback is a little bit better. So I'm going to go with Carolina. So L. Then they're going to play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with a Tom Brady-less team. Brady is gone. In comes Baker Mayfield. I think Baker Mayfield going to get it done just because of the pure star power around him and the defense. L. Not looking good for the Texans. Then they're going to play them Bengals. I had the Bengals winning. So guess what? L. Now they're going to play the Arizona Cardinals. Arizona's tanking. The Texans, at this point, they might as well tank. But at this point, Arizona's going to have 0 losses. And the Texans going to be very close to them. But I think the Texans have a little bit more to get this done. So I'll give them the W here. Then they gonna play Jacksonville again. L. Let's just face it, Jacksonville, they have way too much power on that team. I never thought I'd be saying those words ever. But Jacksonville, they actually have a legitimate offense. They got receivers. They got a tight end. They got running backs. They got that quarterback. And they got a formidable defense. So you better believe that these Texans ain't got a chance. Not a chance in hell to get the job done. L. Then they gonna play the Denver Broncos. They gonna be at home. I think we all know who gonna get it done. I gotta refer back. And Texans. I had the Denver Broncos winning. So this is an L. Then they gonna play the Jets of New York. I think Aaron Rodgers and them brothers, or that brother, he's gonna get it done. And the Jets gonna win. L. But I got a reference. Yep. Then they gonna play them Tennessee boys and the Titan land. I had Tennessee winning that game. So in other words, L. Then they gonna play the Cleveland Browns. Deshaun Watson versus his old team in Cleveland. How about them apples? Last year he had to go to Houston. Now he's going to be in Cleveland. I think Cleveland going to get it done with that run game. They got more weapons and a better defense. Myles Garrett. I think Cleveland's going to be too much for them. And Deshaun Watson is going to get his revenge on the team that let him go buck wild with them trainers and get his hands to the fiddling. And he's going to show them that he's the pedophile of the year. And Brown's going to get it done. L. Then they're going to play them Titans again. I had the Titans losing the second time. But it really don't make no sense for the Texans to win. But they going to try to win and end the season off on a good note. So they're going to have a decent draft. They're going to have a high draft pick. They don't need a quarterback. So they're going to get what they need. They're going to fill out positions they need in the draft this year. They got a bunch of draft picks. I don't think they're going to be good this year. But next year, I think they're going to make a big jump. But this year, it's just going to be too tough. You ain't got no players. You got a quarterback, but you ain't got players. You don't have O-line. It's a disaster. Let's call it what it is. But realistically, Tennessee probably will win this game, but I'm just trying to be a little bit nice. Just a little bit. And I think Tennessee going to lose that game anyway. So this is a W. Last game of the year, they're going to play the Indianapolis Colts at Indianapolis. I think the Colts going to win this game because the Texans won the earlier matchup. When the rookies were early, young. It was the second game of the year. They're both rookies. I gave it to the Texans. The Colts might win. And if the Colts win the first time, they're going to win the second time too. Believe that. But either way, I think the Colts have a better running back. I think the quarterback is good enough. They got a tight end. Very athletic. They got receivers who are okay. They're not great. They're okay. They're C+, B- receivers. Their defense is just good enough. So I think the Colts will win this one. L. So let's count up the W's. There's only 3 of them. So 4 and 3, or 3 and 14, I think. Because they play 17 games. Yep, 3 and 14. It's an improvement from last year by a game or two. So, I mean, you can't fire the coach. He did do better, right? As long as he does better than last year. And then next year, win 5, 6 games. And then next year after that, win 7, 8 games. And 9, 10. And then you finally in the playoffs. That's how you got to do it. Rome didn't get built in a day. It took years. It took manpower. It took persuasion. It took blood, sweat, and tears. It's not easy, but it could be done. Until next time, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.